What's up, guys? It's Nimrod back here with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be doing my Clash at the Castle predictions. Now, Clash at the Castle is today, streaming live on Peacock. From where I live, which is the East Coast, is going to be live at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. I know Pacific Time is going to be 10 o'clock. I don't know the British Standard Time. I think it's probably like 7 or like 6 o'clock. But it's a pretty early pay-per-view. But this is the first ever the first UK pay-per-view that's going to take place in the UK in over 30 years. So that is a very long time since they've had it, and I just know everybody is super excited for this, and I'm super excited because I've never really seen many pay-per-views besides Saudi Arabia and Australia take place out of the US, and to see the UK get one, it's going to be interesting to see how the fans react. So yeah, let me just get down to the predictions. There is 6 matches confirmed. So first we are going to start off with the Judgment Days, Damian Priest and Finn Balor taking on Edge and Rey Mysterio. Now this match was made, this is the kind of match that was made the latest, which was on Monday Night Raw this week. This match I don't really care for. The storyline is kind of weird between Judgment Day, like Rey and them. It just kind of seems like it would be more fitting if they had a third member of Judgment Day. Rhea's kind of just been, I know she's out with an injury, but Rhea's just kind of been like beating up Rey and Dominic and all of them, and then she's kind of just not, like, she had that thing with Beth, but then Beth went away. I don't know. It's like really weird. I feel like the storyline would be amazing if they had a third male member of Judgment Day, and I think we are going to have one. My prediction is that the Judgment Day will defeat Rey and Edge, but I do think that Dominic Mysterio will be joining the Judgment Day at Clash of the Castle. I think it's time for Dominic to kind of go singles. Well, he would kind of go from group to another group, but it's time for him to go away from just being in his dad's kind of wing and following what his dad does. And I just feel like it's time for him to start like adventuring into new things than just being under the kind of Mysterio high-flying kind of role, and to kind of go for more of a darker role. And I feel like they've been teasing it these past couple weeks with now Rey choosing Edge over his own son. So it's like going to be interesting if this happens, how they would play it off. But my prediction is Judgment Day. Next up, we have for the Intercontinental Championship, we have Gunther defending the title against Sheamus. Now, this match I know is probably going to be, maybe not, it's probably going to be up there with Drew and Roman, but one of the most hard-hitting matches that we probably will see at the show. I mean, these two men, they could brawl like no other. I mean, Sheamus is a part of a group called the Brawling Brutes. Sheamus is going to be what is being considered the ultimate Grand Slam champion. Just look at his accolades. He is a WWE champion. He is a United States champion, a tag team champion, a Money in the Bank winner, a Royal Rumble winner, and he has won King of the Ring. The only thing he hasn't done to solidify that win is the Intercontinental title. Personally, I think that we will see Sheamus become the new Intercontinental champion. I think this is a perfect opportunity, especially in the UK, to give that title to Sheamus. I know Gunther, he's been doing an okay job. He's been having great matches. He's been constantly booked. But I do think that he can bounce back from this, which I think if Sheamus loses, I don't know how he can bounce back. I mean, it's Sheamus, so he's obviously going to, but I don't know if he could go right back to the title picture. And I think if Gunther loses, he can go to another storyline and stuff. And I just really want to see Sheamus win the Intercontinental title. So my pick is Sheamus. Next up, we have Seth Rollins taking on Riddle. Now, this storyline I've been kind of like on and off about. This storyline has kind of just been, I feel like, hasn't been a main focus for me. Like, I haven't been tuning in to see it, except for the promos that they did on Monday this week. Those were really good. But, like, before that, it was kind of just, like, I wasn't really invested into the story. And I feel like a lot of Seth, like, stories that he's done recently has kind of been, like, I don't want to say repetitive, but it's always like he always does like he does a lot of 3 matches. Like, he did it with Edge, he did it with Cody. Maybe he'll do it with Riddle now. I'm not saying that Seth is not a great wrestler. I'm not saying that Seth is an amazing wrestler. I love his character. I love everything. It's just that I feel like the story that was given to it, like the stories that are being given to him, it's always like non-title matches. Like, he's never going after Roman, and I just want to see him like bust out of kind of these like mid-card, like high mid-card things and go for like the main title storylines. And I feel like this should be like his last feud before he goes after the main title storyline. So my pick, I think Seth should win, and I personally do not want to see this rivalry continue. Nothing against these two men, it's just I'm not interested. But it most likely will. But my prediction is Seth. Next up, we have a 6-women's tag team match with The Control, which consists of Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Bayley, taking on the team of Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka, which is really random. We've seen The Control. They've been kind of playing mind games with Asuka, Bayley, and Alexa ever since they returned. I do believe that this was probably supposed to be Becky and Asuka and not Alexa and Asuka. And it's kind of random how, like, they just have, like, majority of the babyface on Raw teaming together when Alexa does want to go after Bianca. Like, Bianca, why would you be friends with somebody that wants to go after your title? And we all know that Asuka is going to go after the title. So this is just really confusing, but I do think it was never the original plan, so they just kind of have to go with it. But I think it's pretty obvious after what we've seen these past couple weeks and what we've seen on Raw that The Control will be winning this match. I love The Control. I think they are I think if they do utilize them the way they've been doing it, which is kind of like, I was surprised to see them lose on Monday, but I feel like if they continue the way they've been booking them, they could be still top heels. And I don't know why a lot of people were mad about but I'm not going to get into that. But I do think Damage Control is going to win. It's kind of pretty obvious. And I would love to see the storyline continue, possibly with the Bayley versus Bianca storyline revamping, or maybe even Io or Dakota against Bianca, or maybe a heel Alexa. Like, there's so many storylines that can come out of here. But Control will win. Next up, we move on to the SmackDown Women's Championship. We have Shayna Baszler, Liv Morgan defending the title against Shayna Baszler. Now, this match I was a little contemplated on. I'm a fan of both of these women. So either way, I would have been happy. But I really wanted Shayna to win this match because I feel like Shayna has just been booked so poorly ever since she got into the main roster. And now I feel like with Triple H in charge, he knows the star Shayna can be. Shayna 2-time. One of the longest, I think combined reigns, the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion in history. I would love to see that NXT Shayna come back, and I do think we are starting to see a glimpse of it coming back. But I do think that they could do more with the storyline. So I think that Ronda Rousey will cause an DQ, and the match will end in a no contest. Liv retains her title. Shayna still hasn't lost. Ronda now is involved, and I think at Extreme Rules, it will be an Extreme Rules triple threat match with Liv, Ronda, and Shayna. Possibly Liv winning that, Charlotte coming back, but that's too far in the thing. But I do think this match will not end with a winner. It will end in a no contest or double DQ by Ronda. And now we move on to our main event. Now this one, I think it might be a controversial opinion or prediction, I should say. But my prediction for Roman Reigns taking on Drew McIntyre in the Undisputed Universal Championship match, I think that Drew McIntyre is going to win the match. Now, Roman, he's had an amazing run, and I usually do not like people holding titles for very long, because I do think there's a lot of people that could get more opportunities. But when can you say Roman has had a bad match? I mean, he is kind of boring to me, but when in that ring, he's not. I mean, just look. Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Cena. We forget about the Goldberg match. Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn wasn't that long. Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Jey Uso. The list goes on, or is that everybody? But he's just had great matches against so many people, and I think that he has done his thing as champion. And Drew, even though I'm not a big fan of Drew, I just want to see him get a title run in front of fans. We all know that he had a title run during COVID, which there was no fans, and I kind of want him to have that big championship moment in front of a crowd, and especially in the UK. So I think this is the perfect time to pull the trigger on a crowd title run for Drew McIntyre. Yes. So that is my predictions for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Clash at the Castle is today, streaming live 1 p.m. Eastern time. Wherever you guys are. Might be early, might be late, I don't know. But leave your predictions down in the comment section below. I would love to read them and reply to them. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, champs.